covering Fort Worth, Dallas, and all of North Texas. This is CBS 11 News at 10 in HD.
Harassment by debt collectors is nothing new, but in this economy, it's getting worse. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Karen Borda. Doug has the night off. Lawsuits are being filed against debt collectors at a rate that hasn't been seen before. And a Fort Worth teacher tells us they have crossed the line with her in their attempt to get her money. Now she is fighting back. CBS 11's Jack Fink has the story, all new tonight at 10.
Come here. Come here. When Stephanie Naylor and Glenn Clem's dog Daisy became seriously ill 4 years ago, they needed to apply for a credit card to pay for it.
We don't have kids, and those are our kids. So when one of your kids is sick, you do whatever you can to take care of it.
But Clem was laid off, and they fell behind on bills.
Just the phone calls, the threats.
Then last year, they say debt collector calls started coming.
I just felt like I let it slip through my hands, and people calling probably about 20-something times a day on the phone. That's not really that cool.
Sarah DeLeon is the couple's friend who co-signed for the credit card. She claims the debt collecting firm tracked her down to the school where she's a teacher and called her principal.
She said, no, but I'm her closest friend and there's been an emergency and I have to talk to her. So they were like, oh my gosh. So they put it through in my room. And
DeLeon says they called her 30 times in 3 days and threatened to have her arrested. Now the three of them have filed this lawsuit. They claim Regent and Associates of Houston violated federal and state law by using false and deceptive means to collect a debt with the intent to annoy and harass. These kinds of lawsuits have increased in North Texas from just 13 in 2006 to 134 last year. And nationally, there were more than 3,000 cases in 2006 and more than 12,000 last year. Bankruptcy attorney Francis Smith in part blames the economy.
Maybe it's their first time that they're in a situation where they can't pay their bills and they're running into these super aggressive practices by the debt collectors.
As for Stephanie Naylor, she hopes to work out a payment plan and get past the ordeal. We called Regent and Associates but didn't hear back. If they lose in court, debt collecting firms must pay $1,000 per violation and possibly attorney's fees. The Association of Credit and Collection Professionals says it doesn't make excuses for bad behavior, but says these kinds of lawsuits have become a cottage industry for attorneys. Live in the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jack Fink, CBS 11 News.